Hello and all, welcome to the Galaxy Man Show interview show. So I am here with this incredible singer and songwriter and artist known by the name of KysEsk. So I'm about to add KysEsk into the live now, have a chat with KysEsk. So yeah, let's add KysEsk in and have a chat with KysEsk. Hello, KysEsk, how's it going?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. I just want to say first up, thank you so much for taking the time to join my show. It's such an incredible pleasure having you on the show for today. To people that don't know who you are, if you can give like a bit of backstory about yourself, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
All right, for sure. Well, my name is Esk. I've been making music for around, I think, 3 years. Let's see. I mostly, yeah, I do a lot of like obviously music, and I play a lot of video games as well. Those are probably like the two like biggest passions that I have. I've grown up playing video games. And yeah, that's about it. I really have what to say.
So we'll dive right into the questions now. So for
Mm,
my very first question, you've created a lot of incredible original songs.
thank
And
you.
for the first one, I'm going to mention Dead or Alive. Like, what was
Mhm.
it like creating this song? And what's the meaning behind Dead or Alive?
Dead or Alive, honestly, I don't know how I ended up like making that song. It's honestly like a lot of the songs that I've made. They just kind of like I just listen to the beat and I kind of just like I already know the melody. Like I'll just start like humming it or whatever. And I usually because that song I just found randomly off YouTube. Like you know how like YouTube gives you like your suggestion or suggestive like videos to watch. And I just saw that beat and I was like, like let me listen to it. And I started listening to it and I was like, okay, yeah, that's the one. Immediately downloaded it and I just went into a recording software and I just started laying down the lyrics and yeah. But the meaning behind that song, honestly, the meaning of the song is basically like you're in a relationship with someone and you no longer feel like that relationship is I guess essentially like good for you and you're trying your hardest just to get out, but after the numerous tries that you keep trying to get out of that relationship, the other person just won't let you. So they're basically just keeping you and like gaslighting you into thinking like no, like I'm tripping, like um I'm just overthinking it. I'm perfectly fine where I'm at, but obviously it's the opposite. So it kind of feels like she wants me dead or alive. You know what I mean?
On to our next question. So on to that, partner in crime. Like, what was it like creating this one? And what's the meaning behind partner in crime?
So partner in crime was for actually for my girlfriend. So Valentine's Day was coming up and it's funny cuz the producer that made that song or the beat, he he sends me a lot of loops. So that's basically like the melodies and I would make like a beat out of those melodies. But one day I just decided to check him out. Like, what does his beat sound like? Because I'm assuming they're good since I like his like melodies. And I go and I checked through his like beat store and I found the beat for that one. And since Valentine's Day was coming up for my girl, like for my girlfriend, she's always told me like, oh, like I understand if like money's tough or anything like that. I really would prefer something that just came out of your heart. So, with that idea, I decided to go ahead and just start jotting down like I guess like thoughts that I have in my head of what I think about my girlfriend and how I feel about her, and I just kind of turned them into lyrics. And yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, so I basically feel like she's my partner in crime. We do everything together. Yeah.
So on to our next question. So on to that, what was it like getting to create a song called Sorry? And what's the meaning behind Sorry?
Sorry, honestly, I don't. I just kind of made it just to made it or make it. Sorry. Um, essentially, I mean, I, I want to say a lot of like the things I've dealt with in the past, and then the things that my friends have dealt with when it comes to relationships and um like just everything in that, like, I guess, situation, stuff like that. I kind of just drew all that energy and just kind of made sorry. It's There's no necessarily like meaning behind. I mean, there is a meaning behind it. It's like I don't know. I just kind of made it just to make it. It's just a song that I just wanted to make. There's not necessarily like it's not really about something or someone. It's just yeah, I just decided to make it through, like, I don't know, just for fun, I guess.
I love that. So on to my very next question. So the song "Worth It," like, what was it
Mhm.
like coming up with the idea of wanting to create this one, and what's the meaning behind "Worth It"?
Worth it. I would say worth it is through my personal experiences and another one of my friends. During that time, we were going through, well, I wouldn't say I was going through. I think I already went through it, but he was going through a lot of like things with this girl that he really really liked, and he kept trying to, like, get with her, and she kind of kept leading him on, and would say that, like, oh no, like, I don't want to, like, I'm not too sure if should give you a chance, this and that. So the song "Worth" is basically like you telling someone, like, hey, like I'll be worth it, you know what I mean? Like, just give me a chance. And yeah, I remember showing it to him, and he was like, damn, bro, like, you really like encapsulated like what I felt in that, like, in the moment, and what I'm currently going through. And I think that song's like his favorite out of my catalog. So yeah.
So on to my very next question. Stuck in Time. Like, what was it like creating Stuck in Time, and what's the meaning behind this song?
Stuck in Time was an experience that I went through a couple of years back. It's kind of similar to Dead or Alive. I remember I remember I've been getting kind of bored about doing kind of like rap and like just the usual, like, I mean, I still love hip hop, don't get me wrong, but I got really like kind of bored with the style that I've been making. So I was like, all right, let me switch it up. I found that, like, the pop beat on YouTube as well. And I was like, okay, like, let me try this. It's something new. I've never ever made anything regarding pop music. The only thing I've ever made was just regular rap and hip hop. And so I was like, all right, let me try. And as I came up with it like this. Like, it was so quick. Um I remember that night when I was making it, and the lyrics just kept flowing and flowing. Like, I knew exactly like what I wanted to say. And but yeah, the song's about like just like the same thing. Like, you feel like you're trapped in like a certain like situation or like relationship, and you just, no matter how hard you try to get away, like, you just can't. And it's just like the days passing by just all feel the same. Like, you just feel like you're stuck, basically. Like, you're not making any um progression towards like anything. You know what I mean? But yeah.
So on to my very next question. So what made like you decide as a person and like especially as an artist to get into singing in the first place?
To get into music,
Yeah.
yeah. So I've always been kind of interested in music ever since as a kid. As a kid, I played violin. Wanted to learn how to play guitar as like a really really little kid, and then it wasn't until, I mean, I'm not gonna call her. I guess I'll call her, like, I guess, my first crush, but it really wasn't. I just kind of like romanticized the whole thing. But I noticed that I always felt better when I was learning something musically, or like singing. So I ended up teaching myself how to play guitar, and from that is when I kind of progressed into making like my own music. and that's when I started like progressing into like recording and like production stuff like that, mixing, and that's kind of how I ended up here. I just yeah, I've always been kind of I guess musically inclined, but when it came to like my emotions and dealing with certain things, it really helped me. Like it was like a sense like a therapy session. Like I really kind of just was able to I guess feel my emotions and just let out any sort of things that I wanted to say. I guess it was sort of like an outlet. Yeah.
So on to the next question. So on to that, like, what does performing music like mean to you, like especially as an artist?
Performing music. I've only performed once, but I feel like performing your music is a sense of like giving an audience a piece of like yourself. Like you're telling your story, you're telling um you're basically I guess giving a story for the audience to relate to who may also be going through like maybe a similar situation that you've went through and you've talked about in your song, and it just kind of gives them I believe like comfort to know that they aren't the only one going through it, and people have gone through it before and like look at them now like they made it out. So I guess it's really just giving like your audience an insight of what you've been through and like what are your true inner feelings, you know what I mean?
So on to my very next question. So if you could go anywhere on tour, take your music anywhere, any place, like anywhere in the country, like where would you want to go to and take your music to and why?
um I feel like I would love to go somewhere like in Europe. um I don't know, like I just love the like the aesthetic Europe has, like just like especially like UK. Or is that's not Europe, is it? I think it is Europe, right?
I think near there, near UK, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I just want to go to the Europe in general, but UK is definitely one thing that like or one place that I would love to go to because I just love like the agriculture, the what is it called the architect. I don't know. It's like the
Yeah,
way the city's built. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. I just really want to explore like especially the UK because I just love the way like the whole city's built. I love the way it looks. But yeah, I have some friends that are over there too, so like it's definitely an opportunity for me to actually be able to meet them as well. But yeah, UK is definitely one of them.
That's the same for me. UK is the top of my list. I'm a huge fan of a show called Doctor Who, and
Mm,
UK is one of the places of my bucket list, and I would love to go to the UK also. So I totally agree with you what you're saying.
no, yeah,
Yeah. So
UK
on
is
to my
amazing.
yeah. So on to my very next question. So if you could work with any top three music artists in the music industry, like who would you want to work with and why?
Well, my number one top pick, easy, would be Oliver Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon. He's been an inspiration for me since the very beginning. I know my music isn't necessarily that type of like rock or like hardcore type music, but I've always been really interested in that genre, and I feel like if I had the proper I guess maybe like guidance or proper engineer, I could definitely tackle that genre. Um, I've been listening to that genre since I was like in middle school. So like I don't know. It's just a genre that I feel very passionate about because it's something I grew up with. It's like one of the first genres that I like ever listened to. But yeah, Oliver Sykes would definitely be one of them. Um, my next person would probably be Eden. Um, he is someone that I've looked up to a lot too, in the sense of like really soft and like I guess what's the word? Like making music without boundaries because you can't really put like a label on him. He just makes a lot of like different type of like sounds and like songs that it's all just kind of like all right, like what genre is it? You know what I mean? So I definitely would love like that to have that type of versatility in my catalog. I want to be able to, I want to be able to be described as like oh, I don't know what genre to put them in, you know, because I just make like anything. Um, but the last person would probably be Travis Barker. Um, because I love the way that he's been making music with a bunch of these like smaller artists. He's been like taking a lot of like rappers and stuff like that, and they've been making a lot of like I guess like alt pop, kind of like rock music. And I just feel like it'd be a very fun experience considering both of us both have that passion for rock. You know what I mean?
I love that. So on to my very next question. I love how you actually at the start you mentioned you're into gaming. Like I have to ask,
Mm-hmm.
favorite game to play?
Favorite video game?
Yeah.
um, it's gonna sound kind of childish, but Minecraft. I've been a huge Minecraft like nerd since I was like 9. I've been playing ever since I was 9. I'm 22 now, or
Oh,
I'm about to be 22, but I'm
okay.
21. But yeah,
Yes, I
but
love
yeah,
that.
Minecraft has been definitely been a staple between like me growing up. Um, I literally have like Minecraft plushies. Like I love Minecraft to death. But yeah.
Man, I love that. So on to my very next question. So what would be your all-time favorite top cover song to perform of all time and why?
Ooh, all-time cover song. Um, it would probably be, let's see. That's a hard one. Maybe Rock and Roll by Eden. Um, I don't know. I just really like love that song because it's like it's just so smooth and mellow and like the visuals for that music video is just like wow. Like I don't know. I just if I knew how to like truly sing, like I'd be singing that song like every day, like every single day. I love that song so much. It's probably like my top 3 favorite songs like ever.
So on to our very next question. So if you could give like younger self, like your younger self advice on getting into the music industry, like what would be your advice to your younger self looking back over your time in the industry?
Um, I guess don't don't worry about too much about how your music sounds. Just make sure you know how to market it. I feel like I got really carried away with trying to perfect my sound, and I'm still trying to perfect it. I'm still trying to learn how to mix. I'm still trying to learn how to master better. I'm still trying to like learn how to sing better, stuff like that. But yeah, I've noticed that a lot of music, um, which is like a lot of music that's low key like kind of bad. A lot of people tend to support it because it's just been marketed like well. So like I've really learned this year that making decent music is only like a quarter of what you actually need. A big percentage of it is learning how to market it because music is very subjective and what I like might not be what someone else likes. So yeah, it just really depends on how you market it and how you like and who you market to. So that's probably the biggest advice I'd give myself.
So on to the next question. So if you could give any advice to any upcoming artists in the industry, like what would your advice be to any upcoming artists that want to get into the scene?
It'd probably be the same thing. Like, yeah, learning how to market your music. Definitely, like especially now with how like TikTok is, like a lot of labels look at that. A lot of labels want to see how are you able to grow your fan base? How are you able to provide different like pieces of content for your music? We now live in a really big like era where excuse me, that yeah, making music is only like really just part of the job when creating content a majority of it. And also you need to what's the word? Like don't don't be satisfied with certain things and don't be too comfortable either. Um there's always something you can improve and there's always and opportunities don't arise unless you stick your neck out as well. Um, especially like I found out about that this year too. Um, I was very like closed in. Like I didn't want to go anywhere. I was too like nervous to go talk to anyone. But this year I decided to really step out of my comfort zone. I started going to studios. I started meeting with people. I recently went to the studio out in LA, which is just a networking session, and we just kind of meet up, play our music, and then whoever like vibes with it or whatever, you exchange contact information. You just go from there. But yeah, like I wouldn't have met those people if I hadn't went. Like LA is like a whole like hour and a half drive from me, and like I called off work just to go. Like you know what I mean? Like so you really do got to take risks when it comes to your career, like your music career, especially if this is really what you want to do. Um, and yeah, you just really got to get out of your comfort zone. You won't, unfortunately, you won't really get like too far unless you're really lucky. If you just sit in your own bubble, it's like you really got to go out there, connect with people, talk with people, like literally be annoying as fuck. It doesn't matter. Like you need to get your name out there.
So
You know what I mean?
onto that side of things. So what are like the positive and negative sides into creating your own music in the industry, and also like I don't know, just to, as an artist, like what's like the most positive and like negative sides into the whole industry like side of things as like for you as an artist and for any other artist that yeah find difficult
Um,
as an artist.
yeah, I feel that um one of the negatives is that there are a lot of people who are really like money hungry when it comes to this. There be artists who essentially don't really have like a following, but like you know, like let's say like for instance, um, there are artists that I've met like over Instagram or like whatever that like I like their music and I would like to work with them, but they'll end up like, oh yeah, I'm so down to work, just go ahead and send me like $20, like $30, and we can get started. And I'm like, bro, how is that gonna benefit me? Like we both have like the same like similar fan bases, like in size. So it's like, you know, like um music, like don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that paying for uh like people to hop on your song or paying to like work with people is a bad thing. But I feel like people definitely get it confused when they try to charge that when they have no like following. Because that's what I really see. You're paying for the exposure, not necessarily the song. And if that person doesn't have exposure, like why are you trying to charge me? You know what I mean? And another thing is too is that there's a lot of people that try to like finesse you for your money as well. Like I'll get nonstop emails and like DMs from like these like accounts that say like, oh yeah, like I'll promote your music for you. Look at my page, I got like thousands and like thousands of followers, and only for them or for only for me to go on their page and see they only get like 2 likes, 3 likes, and it's like, okay, yeah, sure, like I could pay you, but am I really gonna get anything back? Like, am I gonna get any exposure? So yeah, it's a real. There's a lot of people that prey on up and coming artists and they try to take advantage of that. And I feel like someone who is very new to the scene and someone that doesn't have like a lot of knowledge about it can definitely fall in for that or fall into that and just be out of like hundreds of dollars, you know what I mean? But the positives too is that you do get to meet a lot of new people. You do get to make yeah, you do get to make a lot of like amazing things with those people as well. Like I've met some people over the internet, and we vibe. Like my homie, he's a producer, his name's Delta. um I met him through PlayStation, and I didn't know he was a producer at first, but I remember me and him, uh what's it called? Me and him had like we have the same passion about video games. And I remember when I first talked to him, like we were talking about the new Spider-Man game that it came out at
Yeah.
that time.
Yes.
Yeah. And we were both just talking about how like our stories and how like how much we enjoyed the game. And after like we got to know each other more, we were like, oh yeah, like we both make music. And ever since then, it's been a like I love him to death. Like he's a homie for sure. He's helped me throughout so much because he's already like well established. I'm still like getting to know things, but he's definitely helped and made an impact on my music. He's given me like good, like really good feedback. He's given me um tips and stuff like that that I would have not known. Like, I would have like been taught off like YouTube or anything like that. But yeah, if anything, that's one of the positives, just meeting like new people and learning what they've learned and stuff like that, and creating art. But
I
yeah,
have to
shout out
ask,
Delta though.
I have to ask, by the way, because you're a gamer, like Kingdom of Hearts. Have you played the Kingdom of Hearts franchise?
I've never played Kingdom Hearts. No, I know it
Gotta
was
get
so
up.
good.
Yeah.
I know it's a good franchise,
Mm,
and I remember the remaster that came out like a couple of years ago.
yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, should I get it? Like, I low key want to, but I
Okay.
don't know why I didn't end up getting it.
I got like all the Kingdom of Hearts on PS4. Love
Oh,
love the franchise, and I'm super
hmm.
excited for number four to come out eventually when it comes out.
No, yeah, my friend's a big Kingdom Hearts fan, and I
Yeah.
remember when the game first came out, he literally did a 24-hour stream of just playing the entire game. Like
Yeah.
I was like, wow. But I know that game has a really big fan base, and I know that game's really good. I just haven't had the opportunity to play it,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Awesome. So on to my very last question. So, any plans for upcoming like music or anything planned for 2023 onwards?
Um, I do. I have a song coming out with my friend Josh Q. It's called New Topic. We've been teasing it for quite a while now. I'm hoping to release it this month. I just need to go ahead and contact some people to help me put together. Well, it's already put together, but like to like make the cover art stuff like that. I just need to contact them and just advertise the song a little bit better or more. And hopefully it's gonna come out towards like the middle or the end of this month. I do have another song. I don't want to get too much into it because it's literally kind of a surprise, but I have that song coming out. It's definitely kind of like mm, it's a it's kind of like a slow like rockish type song. And I do have an EP coming out towards like beginning of the year. I'm still working on a few songs, but it's based like 80% done. But yeah, I'm very excited with that one. That one's kind of just like my, I guess, because I'm not trying to really like. Obviously I'll still stay in the genre, but I want to branch out to different genres. So with that EP, it's basically kind of making my statement that I can do other genres too, and this is the genre where I'm most likely going to start doing my music towards. But
Well,
yeah.
I just would love to say thank you so much, Esk, for appearing on my show. It has been such an incredible pleasure having you on the show for today. Do you have like any last final thoughts or anything that you'd like to share to people on the show?
I just want to say thank you for having me. It's a really amazing opportunity. This was actually on one of my goals for 2023 is to get interviewed.
Okay,
So yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much.
you're very welcome.
But the only thing I would have to say is to stay true to yourself. Stay true to your emotions. If you feel like you have something to say it, but in a positive way. And no matter what goal you have set for yourself, as long as you work really hard towards it, you can accomplish it, or you can accomplish it. I remember when I was like barely starting off making this music stuff. I didn't know how to use any of the software. I didn't know how to mix anything. I didn't know I took so long trying to make songs, but now like I'm a lot better at making music. I could easily make a beat in like 15 minutes. Um, I've been mixing for other people. I've been getting paid to mix people's songs, and I've been making songs a lot more consistent than what I used to back then. So yeah, anything's possible as long as you put the work into it. But yeah.
Hello, Lucy. This is a far
no ghost left here. Somebody help me, I need a way out. Yeah, pain in her tummy, go feed her some clout. Yeah, this ain't the same thing from when we start out. Yeah, it's such a shame you've been giving me doubt. Feeling let down, unspoken. Yeah, all the promises that you're broken. Mixing love spells with their potion. For my life, what's your name? I just wrote and yeah, this ain't how it's supposed to go. So choked up with their hands on my throat.